Ladies and gentlemen, I think I need to talk for a minute. Um, I can't help but notice that nearly everything I like is quite underrated. So I've decided to take three things from things I like that are underrated and would like to talk about them. The first would be a video game character. Now, there are three characters I was considering for this. Two which have been really discussed over the internet, which is why they're not being discussed today. Instead, I'm going to go with Honey the Cat from Sonic the Hedgehog series. Now, I've looked up Sonic comics, and I have not seen Honey the Cat in any of them. If you don't know who Honey the Cat is, she was a character that was originally meant to be in Sonic the Fighters. You may have to look that up, because I really couldn't give an explanation to that game. Anyway, Honey the Cat was originally meant to be in that game, but was ultimately cut, and actually has not been seen since that game. However, there are her her data is still in the game. You can acquire it through hacking, so you can play as her. But she takes like everyone else's style. She doesn't have her own fighting style, so she's more or less one of those copycat fighters like Charade and anyone else who does that. And basically she has not been in any of the comics, none of the games. She isn't discussed that often. But why? Why? I mean, she could have quite the potential to be a good character. And if you want to know what I would do with Honey the Cat, if I had the rights to Sega, the rights to her, is that I would basically have her be almost like Amy Rose to Mighty the Armadillo, except they do it more competitively, so that it it, it isn't so stalkerish. It's more of a competitive uh, stalker-ish activities. Where if she actually wins, she gets a free date with Mighty or something. I don't know. Point is, it'd be more like a friendly competition between the two rather than Amy Rose and Sonic's, stalking. That aside, yeah. So that's Honey the Cat out of the way, and now I want to discuss an underrated game. Now, the game I'm about to discuss here is again a Sonic game, and it's one I used to own. I don't have it right now, but I used to play it all the time. I thought it was a really good game, but it isn't that well received by a lot of Sonic fans out there. It's called Sonic Heroes. I actually like that game. I don't know why a lot of people, don't like it, but I guess that's just their opinion. Plus, come on, people. Metal Sonic is the main villain. You know, that right there makes it epic, in my opinion. Not too much I can say on it. I thought the gameplay was okay. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't that bad either. Um, that's all I have to say on that. And finally, um, this is to do with wrestling. I was gonna pick a wrestler, but in all honesty, there's something that makes a wrestler, which is a title belt. And when it comes to title belts, two come to mind when it comes to the underrated. The light heavyweight championship from the WWF and the European title from the WWF. These two titles, in my opinion, these are my favorite titles, and WWE killed both of them almost in the exact same year, I think. I'm not too sure when the light heavyweight title was dropped, but from my understanding, it was just dropped to the cruiserweight title, which in itself is okay. But then again, its last champion was Leprechaun, so how great can it be after that? Yeah. But in my opinion, I like the light heavyweight title the most, followed by the European title. And I think that WWE should bring them back. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, why did you kill those two title belts? Every single champion was a good wrestler, well, apart from the last cruiserweight champion, if we're counting that. But yeah, the cruiserweight title was also a personal favorite of mine because it's actually the first ever championship match I had ever saw, and the first champion I ever got behind was Gregory Helms. You know, I remember some of the first matches I saw in WWE was Gregory Helms and Kid Cash and all the other cruiserweight champions out there. Gregory Helms was doing that gimmick where he was a jackass to every single cruiserweight in it, and they all wanted his head. That's one of the first storylines I ever saw in the WWE. Granted, I probably watched it a bit before that, but I can barely remember watching it before that. So, yeah. But personally, when it comes to the light heavyweight title, so many greats have held that. Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, I believe. Well, I know Dean Malenko held it, that's for sure. And it had a nice look to it. I don't know why Kennedy McMahon would kill that title. I think he should bring it back, seeing as how he's killed the Cruiserweight title. So Vince and Kennedy McMahon, I ask you. Oh, one more thing. I hit the new WWE, the, the design for the WWE Championship at the current moment. When John Cena lost it, it should have been returned to what it was when JBL held it, but no. So, see, because of this, I don't really consider it to be the WWE Championship. So, I consider it more to be a sort of bling championship or something. Whatever the hell I'm supposed to be calling it. So, in my opinion, the WWE title is dead, and JBL was its last champion. So, that's my opinion on that. So, why would you kill those belts, Vince? You know, that doesn't make any sense to me. When Triple H held that WWE title, I would have expected it to be its traditional title belt. But I've wasted enough time talking about those, so I'm just gonna end it here with one little thing for Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Apart from a few acts that he's done in the past for deceased families of the wrestlers that in his company and the wrestler Draws who got paralyzed from the neck down, he helped him rebuild his house. Apart from those, though, Vince McMahon, my God, look at the wrestlers he hires, and look at the wrestlers he's fired. He fired Mr. Kennedy because Randy Orton complained to him about him being so stiff and dangerous in the ring and blah 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 blah. And I gotta be honest with you, look what happened. Look what happened. He's TNA's hottest superstar right now. He's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Well, it was until Sting beat him. And he's part of Immortal, and he's quite honestly doing very well in TNA. And then look at MVP. Yeah, MVP got released by WWE. That I have no idea why. Point is, look at him over in Japan. You know, he he's apparently doing very well over there, and I'm quite frankly glad for MVP. One last thing I do want to talk about though, and I swear this is the last thing. Tag teams. Vince, what the hell are you doing with the tag teams? All you're doing these days are makeshift tag teams. You know, Vladimir Kozlov and Santino Marella, that just makes me shudder to think that they became the tag team champions at one point. Um, in my opinion, the best tag teams in the WWE right now are the Usos and Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. But you know who I want back? The freaking Dude Busters. Where were they? But I'm done. So all that aside, I'm gonna say this to Vince McMahon right now. You know what? I think Norm's Barstool will say it better than I will. Take it away, Norm.